Wildhammer. And welcome to the 11th
monthly mumble.
monthly mumble. Monthly mumble. Monthly mumble.
Got a theme tune and everything because we're so hip hop and happening, Daddy-O. No, back in the day.
Back in dear. Right, so
this is our semi-regular thing. Tends to be monthly, hence the name, where we mumble on about crap.
Well, we'd like to mumble on about crap, but people always end up asking us way too many questions.
And if you've got questions that you want to ask stupid people like us, leave them in the comments down below. Specifically the comments down below. Don't put them on... I mean, you can put them on Facebook.
But it's easier if you put it here.
Just all put it down here if you're interested.
It's just easier for us. So, we'll just whip through some of these then, shall we? So,
yes.
Commander Archer, oi hoi hoi. Will you be doing any more random RPG games like the ones you've done with the Cthulhu setting?
Possibly, yes.
Possibly will.
Yeah. We haven't got any particularly planned.
We haven't got any planned, but when we do them, we just do them.
Yeah.
So, yes.
That's easy. Thank you for joining us on the monthly mumble.
Right, so...
Calibers?
Something like that.
Gameplay and cosplay.
What camera do you use? Never seen one you can use with your phone. Love you guys. Of course you love us. We are awesome. Oh, I'm pressing the screen. What's that all about? That's so cute. Yeah, it's some Sony 4K
Handycam
sexiness. But
I'll go and find it. I'll go and look at the. It'll have it on there on the number.
But yeah, there's just a link. You go onto the Sony website, and then there's a link that you can download onto your phone, so you can use that to do it.
It's a Sony Handycam FDR AX33.
That's it. Yeah, the AXR thingy. Yeah.
So,
but yeah, it's just through the app on their website that you can just control the zooming in out and turning off. It saves all the flip the thingy rubbish.
Oh, I miss flipping the
thingy. I don't miss the flip the thingy. So here we go, Mr. Bloody Smallwood. He's always trouble, this bloke. As pointed out by another comment, I never see the Patreon link in the upper right hand corner of your videos. You may want to put in your video descriptions. Have you been doing that, Parky?
I have.
Yeah, well, that's all
right.
Not
on every single one, but I've been doing it, and I will go back and make sure that I have.
Jesus. So
thank you for pointing that out. Kev.
Cheers, Kev. Yeah. Wayne Wilkinson. Oh, what a knob end. What's your favourite guilty pleasure TV show? I know Straw says his wife makes him watch Strictly, but I bet he secretly loves it. I didn't until like this season and last season, and I kind of got into it.
See, the problem with guilty pleasures is most of my pleasures I'm not that guilty about. Like a lot of people would say Buffy the Vampire Slayer is a guilty pleasure, but I'm not guilty. I'm proud. Love it. It's great. I don't know, really.
Don't get a lot of time to watch TV though, do we? That's the thing.
No, we're through hip hop.
Well, I certainly don't. If you're getting more time to watch TV than me, I've got to give you some more work to do.
Mm.
So, do you have a guilty pleasure?
I mean, I do like a bit of Strictly. My ex-girlfriend got me into it, and now I'm like, oh, I've got to watch it now. I like Celebrity MasterChef. That's definitely a guilty pleasure.
Oh, British Bake Off, we loved.
British Bake Off.
Now then, when they moved it,
I'm not as fan just because the adverts do my nut.
Yeah. And another one from mine is, what's your favourite sport? Does drinking count as a sport? I think it involves rapid movement.
Ooh, not sure about that. I do occasionally watch. I mean, the tennis when it's on. Sometimes I can get caught up in that.
We know exactly why you watch the tennis.
What's our favourite colours to see on a model /
No, hold on.
That's his next question. But you missed one.
Oh yeah, what's your favourite colours to see on a model army faction good? If you don't have one, you don't have to have one. I don't like any fucking colours. I hate painting them all. Favourite?
It doesn't have to be one, so it's something that you see. I really like things that... I know it sounds like a cop-out, but whatever table you're playing on, if it stands out and everything's like uniform. Like I saw, whether it was online or someone, I don't know, but someone had done yellow and black Tyranids to look like wasps or whatever, and they look really striking and proper uniform, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Because the problem with, say, a lot of modern, or not modern warfare, but like World War II stuff, is like you've got green background, you've got them in effectively camo, and you're like, I don't. It doesn't matter how good they are painted, how well they're done.
You're not going to see
then you just go, oh, that's really cool. They're green stuff against green dudes with some green tanks, and you're like, but I mean, I think it's the stuff that really pops out of whatever you're
And
playing.
I do like the way he goes, I'll end the question so I don't want to become that Dan guy.
I wonder who he's talking about. Daniel Garnet.
So, Mike Bad Jester. Please do more RPG. I like the tabletop gaming, but role-playing was my first love. Your group is great to watch and brings back memories of my old group that split due to life and shit. I used to prefer GMing to playing, writing that perfect adventure and then having the fly because players have wandered off to look at a sparkly thing or just go, it says too dangerous, let's leave. Yeah, but it is part of the thinking on your feet that makes it for the GMing, isn't it? I love that sort of, well, I don't know what they're doing, I'm just going to make it all up, which has basically been the entire fucking campaign that we've just almost finished.
Pretty much. I really like the character building. Not as in just character creation, not like sitting down with a pen and paper, but like when you're, you come up with these little ticks and you kind of end up going, oh, what's my motivation? Why am I doing this thing that I thought was a good idea, even though it's clearly not a good idea? And
Background stuff.
Yeah, and you get caught up with saying, no, I am going to do this. Well, why are you doing that? Because this is what I want to do. Not just like, I'm
going to hit it from there because I've got this many bonuses when I attack something from behind.
Yeah. Like, even silly little things, like in a lot of role-playing games, you get loot, so you get money. But like, what do you spend it on? I'll buy a better sword. Well, no. Like, I was thinking of a character for D&D, not that we'll ever play it. But I just wanted a immovable rod, right? And it's like a big magical item, and it's got a stick. You click the end, and it stays still in the air, just stays there, right? It doesn't move, and it can carry a certain amount of weight, right? And in my head, I just had a vision of this guy with an immovable rod and a hammock, and he ties one end of the hammock to a tree, and he ties the other to his immovable rod, and it's there, and you can just have a little nap wherever, or you can just lean on it. You can just click it and lean on it when he's resting. And I just thought, great, and that's it. And it's a stupid little thing, but that's what he would spend his gold on because that's what he wanted to spend his gold on.
Or like Nick and his wanting to fly.
Yeah, exactly. It's that sort of stuff that I think really, well, it doesn't matter what your skills are. What's your motivation? What keeps you going? That's why I get. Cool.
Plus, I love Wild West, Exodus, and Rumblesland.
Go teams.
Well, Exodus is so good. Worst one's coming for you, Parky, from Commander Archer. I bet you a pint that you cannot complete this monthly mumble without referencing to bum, sexual innuendos, etc.
You will probably win that bet, but we will find out at the end. I don't think I've mentioned
At the
it
end,
yet.
is the end like a bum?
I thought the end would be the
End
last
of the penis
thing,
going into the bum.
the last thing that happens on this video.
We'll see. Question: would either one of you be interested in doing an RPG set in the grim world of 40k? Yeah, we have done. We have lots of them. We will at some point go back and play some more of it.
The only thing I do have not an issue with, but the only thing that I'm kind of not sold on all 100% with the 40k RPGs, and there's different types, is that the 40k universe is so big and so like grandiose that no matter what you do, you just like, doesn't really matter. You know, you're just no one. You're just like, oh, and we all died. Oh well, no one cared. The end. You know.
That's a pretty grim way of looking at it, but yeah. But it's a great game.
Yeah,
great game system. Pretty similar to the first question. Would you write your own game missions for WWX and then play them out like a story? Yeah. We would do. We haven't done yet, but we haven't done yet to do that. But then again, it's simply to his next question, Mr. Archer, bless him. Fancy writing your own WWX narrative campaign and put your own spin on a few games and implementing your own house rules. That's kind of what we'd sort of do anyway, but we haven't put in any house rules as such because at the moment the system's written itself, so you don't need to. Yeah, and they have got the new Bad Lads adventure set up with the 5 new adventures and the 8 perils. Yes, which you can obviously in theory you roll if you're playing a random game, but you can pick and go, well, I want to do this thing set here and these then represent that instead of this thing, and I think that's a nice way of doing it. Yeah. Where's AD? Question for the next
Yeah.
Mumble. Can you think of any broken characters, units in WWX, and how would you fix them? Right! Well, firstly, we get rid of all
White
the...
up.
We get rid of all the Enlightened.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're fucking nasty bastards with zombies.
Yeah.
You get rid of that Countess, because she's a bitch. You get rid of that great big snake. Oh yeah, that dies very, very easily when it gets grenaded, doesn't it? And that other big blokey with his fucking no, get rid of them all.
Yeah.
Get rid of a lot of them.
Alright.
I'm just saying. Whole lot. Fucking hoof them out.
Not white up with its -4 pistol.
It's a pistol.
Yeah, it's a pistol.
Whereas
-4 brutal.
she buffs all of your fucking troops and shit. And then she goes, "Go, you're all dead. Go, you're all dead." Oh, wow. Oh, you shoot at me? Oh, I'm fine. Bollocks. Get rid of her. I'm just saying. No, I think all the stuff that we've played, it has its points where it's very, very tough.
What I found interesting is in, as far as I remember, all of our games, they've been pretty close. Even the ones, you know, we've won or lost, it doesn't matter. They've always been pretty close because a lot of it isn't necessarily how good an individual model is, because they can still, like, take for example the snake was as tough as the big two-headed dude, but I rolled a 1 and then I rolled another 1 and the snake died first turn. And despite the fact it's the same amount of dice,
yeah, but I just couldn't
you couldn't put him down no
couldn't
matter
put
what
him down,
happened.
and I fucking
that was the
threw
same dice.
everything at
In
him.
theory, it should have happened equally, but he lasted all the way through the game being more bullet than man by the amount of times he got shot, and the snake died straight away. But a lot of it is using those adventure cards, making sure you're playing the scenario. The only... I do wonder about them, not specifically Wyatt's pistol, but the way that the -4 basically negates everything. So it's like, aha, I'm super tough, or whatever, or I've got this special ability, or I've got that special rule. Well, -4 just negates all of those things. Like, -4 is really strong on its own, but it also negates tough. It also negates metal. It also negates any other skill you've got that makes you tough. So you just die.
That's good.
Whereas if it was just a -4, or even a -5, that didn't ignore those, see what I mean?
I don't know, because you need stuff like that to get rid of the fucking zombies and
yeah.
the bitch and all their fucking tough rubbish bollocks. Tough. Re-rolling tough. Boo, I say on that one. Boo. Seems like I've got no characters with tough. Right. Alex Kaiser. Is he a chief?
It might be.
See what we did then.
Thoughts on the Guild Ball Farmers errata?
Blah. Okay.
If you want to find out our thoughts on that, which you can do, check out one of our other videos, which we literally just filmed about 3 minutes ago, where we talk about the new game plan cards. We will talk about that, and I'll try and remember to put a link in this video.
And there's a little bit at the end where he cries. That's his thoughts on the farmers. So yeah.
Listen.
Right, Mr. fucking Ed Halliday.
Whoop whoop.
Okay, so having seen the Union in Chains Exiles box, are you excited? Fuck me, it's an old bloody batch of them!
It's got a whole thing.
Yay! Are you excited? Any ideas on what they might bring to their guilds? Which ones are you most looking forward to? I'm really looking forward to Hemlock, because I want to see what she's bringing to the Morticians. I mean, is she still going to do her healing stuff? That would be interesting, because we could do with a little bit of extra healing. Or is she just going to go full-on Bombs of Death mode?
Don't know.
Don't know,
The
but
model doesn't suggest anything particularly, does it?
No, I do like the model though. What was it out of that box I get? I think I get
most
four.
of them.
I get most of them.
You get Hemlock, Minx, who we assume has 3 traps.
Must have.
I mean, there are 3 trap-like little things
Next to her on
next to her on the thing. I don't know if they're hers. That's annoying. More traps for the hunters. Whoa. Who else is there?
Harriet.
Harriet, yeah.
For the engineers.
Good. Really wanted her.
Who did the... Oh, the Brewers got decimated,
Brewers
didn't
got
they?
decimated.
Who did...
And then it was Gutter who went to the Butchers,
Oh,
and they're putting in the honour with the farmers in that box rather than for SteamCon next year. Who is... Like, Gutter for the Butchers will be... I've no doubt it will be just like 2-inch melee, does some damage, maybe with a drag or something. I don't really care about that much. But the one I'm really looking forward to is Honour for the Farmers, because in theory she's going to be pretty slow because she's got like a Mad Max style brace on her leg, but she's probably going to have some sort of tactical manoeuvrings and something like that. So that's what I'm really interested to see.
But it's that pose that she's got that you were going to do for your goal.
It was, yeah.
That's how shit we are.
Yeah.
We come with these ideas and other people pinch them. So also, Ed, are you going to salute this year?
Probably.
Trying to.
I don't know yet.
It's the getting there. I think the Yarmouth boys, I got a chat with them Monday to see about liftage, but our normal driver is no, not happening. So we want to desperately because we do like salute. It's awesome.
Anything in particular you're going to be looking out for? I'm definitely going to pick up Gaslands thanks to you two. Yay! Cheers, Ed and Osprey are releasing the Burrows and Badgers book.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to.
I'm not really after anything.
I'm looking forward to Wild West Exodus because I'm going to assume that they're going to have some releases there because they've been teasing a lot of boxes for release.
Yeah.
Like posse boxes. They're like, oh, this is coming, that's coming, this is coming, and I reckon Salute's going to be a drop. Looking forward to see what Guild will do. Steamforged, i.e. Guild Ball. I want to see if they're going to have any because the Salute they normally have the release. Last year it was the Season 3 book. Was that last year?
Yes, I didn't buy anything last year.
Not
Guild Ball related anyway.
I don't really know because the problem, not the problem, but there's almost like too much. Like Salute, you walk around and it's all there and you go fuck.
And you're trying to look at all this stuff and you've got people coming up to you all the time going, oh yeah. Hi.
If we do go, I'm really looking forward to seeing the tables. Just seeing all the new terrain,
we
tables
like
that people
that.
built, and the gameplay, and like, oh, what's this and what's that? The stuff that I know it sounds like a silly thing to say, but I'm looking forward to the stuff that I don't know is going to be there.
Yeah.
Rather than the stuff, oh, it's there. I know it's there. I can order it online, fine. But it's the stuff that, oh, what's that?
Have you got any plans for Wildhammer, such as raffles, competition, hype trains? Fuck off with your hype trains. It's a long way off, but the Masons raise a lot of cash, so Park would need to get painting soon.
Oh, that is a good point. Crikey, that's we haven't planned anything.
We haven't planned anything. Maybe we should talk to. We're seeing the Yarmouth boys Monday. Maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna have a chat with them then.
We'll have a chat with them then. We'll keep you updated on that one. Talking of Wildhammer,
that's Wild West Exodus. I sort of thought it like Wild Western Entertainment.
Has organised play coming, so the
Yep.
Wayland. Have you thought of organising an event with Wildstorm along similar lines to Wildhammer? You guys have the connections to get official support for charity events like this.
Again, not something we'd planned. I know that although they do have this was 5 days ago, they now have the organised play document out, the Gunslinger tournament thing.
I haven't even looked at that. Suppose we should.
That is out, and they've now got the Badlands things as well.
It's an idea. We could definitely...
I don't know if you're interested in a Wild West Exodus tournament in the East Anglia area. Let us know in the comments down below.
But it wouldn't be a tournament like a tournament. It'd be a lot more fun.
Yeah, it'd be more like an open day.
Especially for Wexford
games.
I wouldn't want to play it as a tournament game because it doesn't appeal to me as a tournament game like that, because we enjoyed the storytellings and the cinematics, which you don't get when you're playing tournament games, because someone's going to go, well, I've got all the zombie snakes.
I'd almost want to do like so it's a tournament in that whoever wins, that's fine, but do like everyone's playing the same first game and that's part of a story. Everyone's playing the same second game and then you all kind of go into whoever won the first game, their teams, or they get allocated a goodies or
card.
Like that. There's a way of doing it to
nice,
make it a story for the day.
That would be good. Any comments on the failure of the Butcher's Fish PVC Indiegogo and Steamforge's response?
I haven't got any comments on their response because their response was fairly business-like.
They implied that PVCs of the old major guilds may never happen.
Yeah, that is frustrating. I know that, and I'm not the only person to say this, I know that this is a common kind of thought throughout the community, that them doing the Indiegogo campaign in January, straight after Christmas,
that was a bit silly.
When they had the God tier box as well, and they had the Ratcatchers coming out.
When the Ratcatchers released?
Soon. I don't remember how soon, but soon. And I think that people are like, well, yeah, that's great and all, but where's... And I know that the knowledge of it in that when they first mentioned it was, as far as I knew, I'm not 100% on the pulse, but they were saying, "Oh, cool, you can get this, and you can get this, and that's part of the Indiegogo campaign. That's fine." And then people were like, "Well, I want to buy it from a shop. I don't want to have to buy it now because I don't have the money now."
That was $100 as well, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah, I can't remember.
I mean, I would have loved to have a Morticians team in plastic with different poses, but you know,
I think that I don't think they're. Some people are suggesting there's like not a conspiracy, but some people are suggesting that they set it up to fail. I don't think they did that. I don't think they set it up to fail on purpose.
no, because you wouldn't bother wasting your time, would you?
Yeah, but I do think that if they were to do exactly the same thing in June, say, it would probably make it.
Yeah, probably. Interesting though, very interesting. We'll be seeing you at any gaming events soon. Crossroads is at Wildstorm the 18th of March. I know it's a Guild Ball thing, but see, Sundays for us are shit purely because of travelling.
Because trains and stuff.
Because of trains from, you know, we can get to Norwich. If you've got to time it right, and if you miss that one,
then you're done, and you like wait 5 hours.
Yeah,
you have to wait till Monday.
So, we got the one in May, haven't we? What? Vengeance.
Rwenge.
Yep, we're going Vengeance, obviously. But other than that, I think I'm tournamented out now. I don't think I'm ever playing another tournament.
No.
Just don't think so. I mean, if you want to, fine, we'll film you. But for me, it's just too much stress, and none of it just agrees with me at the moment. So
I've got this vision. I can hear Ed in my head. Man of War.
Also
any of the classic Jago's band. Mainly
Man of War. Yes, Ed, we will do some more Man of War.
Just for you.
It was fun.
It was fun.
And it did look very pretty.
And if I'm honest, it's a precursor for a game that's going to be coming late this year, I think, when Warcradle do Dystopian Wars.
Ah, yeah.
And I've been like, I just thought, you know how, so I've got a thing to admit to. I've got a bit of an issue. I've got a bit of a problem with games, right?
No.
So you start and you go, well,
7TV.
So yeah, I know, right? So Wild West Exodus, love it, big fans, we really enjoy it. Warcradle by the Spartan dystopian world, and now they're going to be releasing Dystopian Wars and Armoured Clash as their own games, with and that's really cool, right? So I thought, well, I'll just check out what this Dystopian Wars is, because now they've reopened the forums as well, so they've got all the painting stuff. And I'm just like, because we've already worked out kind of semi-factions, because I already play Enlightened, so I might as well play Covenant of the Enlightened. And now I'm like, boats. Why do I suddenly care about boats? I've never cared about a boat game, and now I'm like, I'm there, I'm there, and I'm there in as well. Oh, there you go. I owe you a pint now. I owe Captain Archer a pint. I did talk about my genitals. But yeah, it's just
I've made a point of not reading anything for it.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like,
I haven't read any of the rules or anything, because there's no point if it's going to be
changed.
I don't know how it's going to be different.
So back to Alex again. What games did you back on Kickstarter last year and this year? What's your favourite board game, card game and miniatures game? Is there any games you've bought and immediately disliked after playing a few games? Wow. Right, so Kickstarter, we've done Hate, Nemesis. We've still got Deep Madness to come.
Oh yeah.
There's still the rest of the zombie side, Green Horde to come.
Rising Sun? Or was that all done
No,
now?
they've got all the Rising Sun stuff. There's Drowned Earth.
Oh yeah.
Are
you waiting for Burrows and Badgers, or was that all come now?
That's all come, but there was another one which I missed because it was only for a week. I'll sort something out for that. Can't think if there's any more. We've got Rise of Malok.
I think Chris had another one. Village Attacks.
Village Attacks is coming, yeah. So we've got quite a few. Favourite board game, card game, miniatures game. Wow. Okay, board game.
Favourite board game. At the moment that we've been playing, probably The Others, Call Me or Not, because it's a one versus many, and I get to play the evil, and it's really fun playing evil and big evil.
You'll love that in Rise then, when you play the bad guys in that.
Because I don't normally, like GM or playing evil, because there's something about when you're playing evil in a board game, you're not just the GM making the story happen and, oh, well, I don't want to kill all my players, so I'll make something happen.
Kill them! Kill
It's just
them!
like, it's me versus you guys. Come at me, bros.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this shit.
Card
game, I've been playing Buffy the Vampire Slayer Legendary, and I'm not ashamed. It's been really fun. Don't play a lot of card games. As a deck building game, it's been good.
We like Arkham Horror as well.
Arkham Horror card game, yeah, that's probably as a mutual card game enjoyment.
Miniatures game.
It's got to be Wexless at the moment. Guild Ball, Twisted, love that.
We still haven't done Necromunda. We still haven't got back to doing 40k. There's a lot of it. So I think it has to be Wexless at the moment. Though.
Yeah, definitely at the moment. That's what I'm really, really enjoying. It's been getting me hard. I did it again.
That's just too big.
Is there any games you've bought and immediately disliked after playing a few games? I can think of one.
Oh!
I couldn't, and then it popped into my head. And a lot of people are going to disagree with this. Infinity. I didn't hate it, but it felt like too much work and not enough game.
Felt like a lot of work.
Yeah?
A lot of work. I mean, yeah, don't get us wrong, the miniatures are beautiful.
The miniatures are gorgeous. But in my mind, it's a really good role-playing setting and a really good role-playing system. But as far as a miniatures game, I found it too hard.
No.
It's just I couldn't keep up with it all. And like
doesn't appeal. Doesn't appeal.
What was it? The something AROs, automatic reaction orders. So when you move, like everyone's on Overwatch all the time. So if someone moves here and you can see them, you get a free shot, which is great in theory. But when you've got 10 dudes and the map's full of stuff, and every time your opponent does anything, you might get shot. So you're always like, oh, I need to be aware of every single thing that happens. Like, oh, I mean, I get it, and it's a really good game. How the
hell could we cope with that?
It's a good game, but I couldn't. I just didn't get it.
Anyway, so Kev, Mr. Smallwood again. Question for the next Mumble. So when will Straw tell Parker that he has to sell Parker's organs and parts on the black market to pay for various games, Kickstarters and add-ons? Will Parker be a big baby about it? And finally, Straw, won't this add €1 or 2 to the fund?
To be fair,
have you seen the state of him?
I would be a big baby about it because I would have nothing left and I'd just be like a big baby going as he takes all of my organs away. Yeah, you wouldn't get a lot for them, would you? Let's be honest.
We'd give you them, and they would then sort of. We'd have to give them money as well.
Yeah.
There's some money. Take them away. Take them to medical science. Matthew Ferry.
I don't know if that's a reference or a thing.
I have no idea. Oh, the Golmock. Are we ever going the Gollum DK? Yeah. Are we ever going to see 7TV game that you guys got at Salute? I don't know. Are we?
Yes.
Don't count on it in the next month or two, though.
I was looking at it just the other day, actually. I was like, oh man, I need to get on this. But of course, there's always something else to paint. There's always something else to play. There's always another fucking rule system. I've got too many rule systems in my head that I can't remember one game. This is why I like playing the same game more than once, because then.
Are you going to be playing Slay Industry anytime soon?
Possibly. Again,
possibly.
We haven't got any specific plans for it.
We kind of sort of.
I mean, I'd like to see more because I know they've been talking on the Facebooks and stuff that there's a book and it's coming.
That is the rule book that we booked in for, but it's taken just a long time. Yeah, I think it's taken too long.
I think it is. It's tricky in the Kickstarter world where you need to keep people interested, and I think people are.
There are people that I've walked away from it, and I know that for a fact. How big is the hairy painter?
Hello.
How big is the box you keep Parker in?
Not big enough, because I get a bit.
He's got his arms and legs, and his belly and his head poking out of it. I'll tell you, you'd be surprised how much of Parker you cannot get into a matchbox.
It's true. It's true.
I don't keep him in a box. I keep him in a sealed container with a jar lid.
Oh, do you remember? I don't know if you'll remember. There was a TV show called Erie, Indiana.
Vaguely remember it.
And
so you've got time to watch more telly again?
No, this is from years ago.
Still got time to watch telly, have you?
And it was a weird thing of the week. Like you'd have werewolves and other weird stuff. But in one of them, there was someone who invented Tupperware, right? Because Tupperware keeps everything fresh, so they kept their kids in it, and their kids were like 50 years old, but they were the kids because they kept them in the Tupperware. Because they kept them fresh every night.
The point of that was...
They're keeping me in a box. No, just me. Oh.
Trust me, the one I'm going to fucking put you in ain't going to have air holes. If you could spend 24 hours in a fantasy world setting, which would it be?
Ooh.
Ooh, now that's
fantasy, not science fiction.
Fantasy.
I did say fantasy.
It's got to be old world.
Yeah, but come on. You wouldn't spend 24 hours there. You'd be dead after 3.5 minutes.
That would happen in any of the fantasy ones we go to, though, wouldn't it? You know, Earth Dawn.
That is a good point.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere where I would have magic powers. That's all I want.
That's in Parker's little daydream house.
Yep.
No. Fruit pavlova or sticky toffee pudding and custard? Really, you have to ask that. It's got to be toffee pudding and
sticky
custard.
toffee pudding, yeah, totally.
There is no other substitute. When do you plan to start doing Wraithborn videos? And will you do the bat reps and how to play?
I don't know if we'll do how to play because we never do how to play.
We don't do how to plays. We do how to
lose.
We will be doing
them.
We will be doing more. We're
Again,
just waiting.
On the list of stuff.
It is on the list. Although we are technically waiting for some figures to come through at some point for that one. But yeah, we've still got to go back and do some playtesting for that. We've still got to go back and do some playtesting for Urban Manhunt. Because that's just such a fun little game. So yeah, we will be doing battle reps. And we won't do a how to play as such, but we will do a
basics of the rules.
Basics. Because that's about all we can manage. Oh, Roger!
Painting videos with the Wildhammer would be interesting to see. I agree. As soon as I get on them, I'll do them.
Really, you want to see me and him sitting there painting, talking shit?
Well, it's what they do now. They do painting as well.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so.
Here we go.
Oh, here we fucking go. It was, all right. So that damn bloke turned up.
Hi, Dan Garnet.
Hi, Dan Garnet. Hope we're both well and to the mention. So here we go. As a gamer who likes to plays a bloody lot of games, do you struggle with mixing the rules up? Yeah.
Yes.
It happens way too many times.
Not necessarily mixing them up, but just immediately, like I learn a new system and an old system falls out of my head.
And then it's falling out of his arse.
And then you kind of go, oh, right, I know how this works. And then it's like the next week and you play a new game and you're like, oh, I can't remember any of this.
Before every game, you've got to go, hold on.
Can't remember any of this.
That's the rules. So yeah, unless you are fixated and you play one game forever, it's we mix. Fuck! I can't even fucking get me words out. We do mix and match rules. Maybe one day it's gonna be fun saying, right, we're gonna do a fantasy game and let's take all the bits from the different fantasy games we like and put those in and see what happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, name all the games you play.
I can't. We haven't got time.
We can't.
This is why you're not getting loads off me this time, as it should fill about 20 minutes.
It won't. Because what I could do is just pick the camera up and go, there. That's all of them. There's way too many.
Too many. For
all your infinite wisdom, which game's the biggest letdown to play? For me, it was probably AVP. The minis were good. The game was good, but it felt super unbalanced, and needing 3 players was a pain. Ooh, biggest letdown.
For me, was probably, as we were talking earlier on about
Infinity,
because I was really expecting a lot out of it, and I played it once or twice. I'd looked into it a fair bit before. I was like, oh, this feels really good. And then once we actually played it, I was like, oh, I'm not feeling it at all.
Yeah. But see, we're kind of lucky in a way because we'll only play the games we like. Because we can only afford to buy the games we want.
And I mean, letdown's quite a strong word. I've not been let down by any games.
No.
Because the thing is, 90% of the time, you know roughly what's going to happen because of the rules, and you know the rules, and you go, okay, this makes sense, that makes sense. It's when you look at the rules, then you don't bother playing, because you go, actually, this looks like wank.
So, on a deeper note, I fucking think you guys are ace. We are. But going back to a question number 12, Mumble 10, I quote, what is the most random thing you've ever been asked to do by a gaming company? At the moment, nothing
I
really.
haven't really asked to be doing anything, not particularly random.
We get asked to, play test bits and pieces, which we love doing. We get asked to review stuff, which we love doing. We get asked to keep stuff, which we especially love doing. But no, we haven't had to do like a topless calendar yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Which I'm sure GW wants to do.
I've just got a vision of like a topless calendar, as in it's just our legs. Just pictures of our legs on January, my legs with jeans on. February, your legs with shorts on. And so on and so forth.
That sounds like a Christmas gift, that one.
Yeah.
But no, we haven't been asked anything randomly yet.
No.
I'm sure it's only going to be a matter of time before someone goes, who did make a fuck up with this? The Wildhammer would really screw this up. Let's get them. What's he written here? So basically, I had an idea, as you've done a lot for Guild Ball, I spent having most of your videos on YouTube and having inspired so many people to interview for game by drinking and swear words. No, we don't do swear words. I think it'd be really funny and very entertaining to be watching some games recorded by Steamforged, like the final, with you guys commenting over it. We all think Sir Giblin, aka Mr. Cool himself, and his silky tones are great, but it's often a little bit too polite, with good reasons, because he's the face of Steamforged. But I want to watch a match with some banter and awesomeness that only the Hammer can bring to Guild Ball World Cup. Could you make this happen? And if so, stick it in the goal! Oh, it'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Thinking about it, and I'm not sure, but I guess what we could do, because they film these events and they put them up on Twitch, right? So in theory, we could watch Twitch and just talk watch Twitch with the voice with the volume down, and then record us talking over it. So when they're all having discussions, going blah blah blah, and we just go,
cock one ball!
Fucking, he's got some points, isn't he? Fucking.
I don't know. Where's the beer? Cock one ball!
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Or he's still not seeing the link, the Patreon link.
Check him again.
And I like the idea of Parker doing a paint thing. Whilst take this could be.
I like the idea of Parker doing a paint thing while talking. This would be a great way of knocking out those extra videos. If people sent you things to paint on film, like the new Star Wars minis, would this be what you record? We've already got too much stuff to paint. I mean, send stuff because you want to send stuff, but don't send stuff and expect me to necessarily paint it.
Yeah, we won't paint stuff for you. We'll paint stuff for us, for our videos and stuff. If you want to send us stuff for us to use on the videos, no. We have too much stuff to paint as it is. I mean, this numbnut, he was doing his thing with his Confederates, which was a great idea. How many parts have we? One.
Yeah. Most important question of all: how are you guys?
Rocking, because we've got some great fans out there. See what I did there?
Oh, that was good. That was good.
Yeah. So that's the question. That's the last one.
Right.
That's the last one. So that's good. I'm sure there have been some others, but for now, anything else we want to quickly mumble about? Well, there's the gameplay cards for
just spoke about and the errata, which you'll see on that video.
Green Horde's now dropped, so we've got that. That's going to be going on to Patreon. We are still balls deep and playing Wexodus for a while because it's great.
Really enjoying that a lot.
Twisted again is another very. Did you see some of the buildings they put together for that?
No, I haven't seen. No,
Good Lord, they're huge. They are like really walkways and but the problem is sending them because they're so heavy.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. But Twisted, cracking game.
Still loving Guild Ball.
Still loving Guild Ball.
Interested with the new game plan cards.
Yep.
Looking forward to getting more games with those.
Yep. And we've still got to play more of everything.
More of everything.
There's no rest for us.
We are wicked.
It's just
wicked. No, not that kind of.
Not that kind of wicked. Wicked. There is just always something to do. Always something to film.
I am nervous about Star Wars Legion because I'm concerned that it's going to be buy this box for this one card that you want, and that worries me. Because I was looking at.
I think if it is like that, it's going to be a sort of game where we can't afford to play it.
Well, I think
Simple as
most
that.
people won't be able to.
Because it's the same with any of the
Yeah.
Fantasy Flight stuff, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
you want to play.
You got to
Spend the
buy
money.
the thing to get the card. Like the Arkham Horror, I was seeing people online and they've made these wonderful cases for their Arkham Horror cards, all kind of set up and everything goes in here and that's great. And they're like this big, full of cards, double layered, well not double layered, but you know, full of cards. And then they're constantly releasing new stuff. So like, how do you keep up with it all? Like, I mean, yeah, it's really cool, but you can only buy so many things and have so much space, you know. Which is why I like, you know, board games and or card games that are a box and
Nothing
the Buffy
else.
one I was looking at, you know, because it's you're right, but because it's just a box, you don't need to buy
Anything
5
else.
expansions
Yeah.
and blister packs and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't mind doing it if it's figures and it's for games we're playing, you know, like Guild Ball, etc. You know, Wexus. I don't mind having to go buy extra figures because we want them. But for cards and that, I'm like, oh, I do begrudge. I do begrudge that. I'm like, I just no.
And for having to buy stuff that you don't necessarily need.
It was X-Wing, wasn't it? That's the big one, wasn't it?
Yeah, X-Wing was the big one, and you're buying a box to get a card. Oh, I want 2 of those cards. I want 2 of that upgrade. Well, you can't just double it up. You have to buy the upgrade. Like, hang on a minute. This is fucking list building, son. This isn't. You know, we haven't even got to playing yet, and I have to buy stuff just to list build.
Well, I'm buying these 2 spaceships just because I want those 2 cards. What about using the spaceships?
Yeah. Oh no.
From away.
Basically shit.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's crazy talk. Crazy talk.
But it is. I mean, you know, business needs growth. They need to make things that people buy. In theory, if everyone's bought, which is why I kind of like some of these smaller companies where they're just making stuff that they can produce and they'll sell that stuff. And they might have new stuff out, but that's fine. You don't have to buy it. Whereas the larger the company is, it's like a steam. You know, it's a steam one. It has to carry its momentum forward. It has to keep going, otherwise it dies. And I think sometimes it's like, oh, dude, just fucking
Die.
well, I mean, Fantasy Flight won't die or anything, but
No, as I said, I'd like to play it, I'd like to see it, but I don't think we can even justify going near it for the price.
yeah. It's the same with Cool Media not doing the. We just had the not release, but the teaser of Zombicide in Space. I can't remember what it's called. Zombicide Beyond.
Invasion. Oh, I don't know.
Invasion, Zombicide Invasion, which is like Alien Zombicide. I'm like, okay, like I don't not care, but I kind of don't care. Like it's another Zombicide. I mean, Zombicide's great. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a really good game. But do we need a third Zombicide in Space? With when you go into Cool Mini and they'll have the main box and they'll have the extra boxes which you can only get on Kickstarter and the special. But you might as well buy it because then you get all the extra stuff that you won't get when you buy it in the shops. It's like,
and especially when you consider they're teasing this now, and that's in the next month or something, isn't it?
April.
And yet already, so they're doing it in April. Well, the rest of the Zombicide Green Horde doesn't drop until June.
Yeah, that hasn't even arrived. So
What the
maybe.
fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
You're about to do another Kickstarter for another game that we won't see for another year, yet you still haven't finished
The game that's out.
the game that's out.
That people are waiting for. Yeah, that sort of thing does bother me a bit with Kickstarter.
Little
It bothers
bit
me a lot.
wrong. But that's the way of things, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's why, you know, going back to, I understand that something I didn't know anything about up until the discussion regards the Guild Ball plastics. Like I didn't realise plastic needs more work, like ahead of time, more of the tooling and stuff that I don't know anything about. But that's the stuff that costs the money. So then they have to make all this money to sell these plastic things. Whereas when you're looking at metal and resin, it's less at the start, and then you can just kind of keep it going. And I can see that now, as much as I'm not a fan of metal models just because they frustrate me because they chip so easily and they're just that actually that probably is best for smaller companies because you can just make them, and if they don't sell, you melt them down and you make some different ones and they do sell. Yeah. You know, you're not like, you haven't lost 80 grand in tooling costs that you're never going to get back.
That's very true.
And as much as we hate it, it is a business and these things need to be done.
Yeah. So
Well,
there you
I end
go.
up on a sad point, but it's just that.
Wow. Yeah, let's end it on a happy note. Thresher!
Yay.
So, if there's any questions you want
So,
for
us talk about or subjects
part
or
12,
part 12, that'll be.
a whole yar,
Yeah.
write it in the comments below.
Let us know in the comments down below this video, and we will do our best to answer them with our inimitable
Style and skill.
what he said. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked it and want to subscribe. If you don't like it and don't want to subscribe, you don't have to like and subscribe, but we would like if you liked and subscribed. And until next time, stay hammered!